morning.
Good morning. Here we go. Here we go. You ready?
I hope so. I don't know.
Well, first of all, hello. Good morning. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great week. Of course, that is extended to anybody watching this after the fact on the YouTube. Welcome back. This is session 4 of our Scenario 8 playthrough. This is the first of 2 that we're going to do for our campaign game for the Maryland campaign. Thus far, we have had a bit of a Union delay, but that sounds pretty standard. I just realized I was looking at the map this morning, and I should never do that. There are 2 camps on this. People say you should study everything all the time, and then me going, about 20 minutes before I'll look at the current state of things. It's not looking good. I got to tell you, Roger, it's not looking great.
Well, I mean, we've made some incredible reading errors, I guess, for both of us that have hurt you a lot, I think, which is unfortunate. Hopefully we can straighten it out. But I don't know. I was kind of doing some math, and I'm not sure you're in bad shape, or I'm in great shape, I guess.
I think it's going to be close.
I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to come down to manpower losses, I think.
I suspect you are correct on that. Because I was looking at the final Maryland County controls, and it's just, they're so, I mean, you've already spread out, which is a very good strategy, and you've grabbed all these things, but now I've got to, it's not just about last control. I've got to, quote, occupy some things. I've got to drive you out of some places, and then to get negative points, I've actually got to get 2 other places and occupy them. That's a tall order. With usual disclaimer, if you're just jumping in on session 4 here, silly goose, go back and start with episode number 1 of this. We are on turn 11, so September 14th, and the game has officially extended to at least September 18th right now, because we got to a Union command paralysis level of at least 4. So I got an extra day. Woo! If it keeps going, if I get more paralysis, then it won't be necessarily as bad. And then I will get extended out to turn 19, which could make all the difference based on movement. But we have potentially 1 more day of rain. We've had 2 out of the 3 possible already underway, so that's good. Those are out of the way. So there's really no excuse for the Union not to get in high gear and start doing things. But now I'm going to say, well, I can't blame the game anymore. Now it's just me. If I make poor choices from here on out, and we've had some really good feedback from not only the corrections, which we're going to get to momentarily, but also people saying, hey, fool, why didn't you go do this? I'm like, oh, that's so smart. I wish I had thought of that.
We're on turn 11, correct? Mm-hmm. So we're about a little over halfway.
We are over halfway. I mean, even with turn 18, so...
So yeah, we'll go to turn 18, which is September 21st. I'm getting confused between the turns and the dates.
Yeah.
Because my mind is like getting smaller every day.
You are not alone in that.
It's like my brain cells have accelerated here recently. We're basically still got quite a few days here. And something I kind of semi-forgot about is that you can take points away by occupying some key spots.
Not a lot, as it turns out. I mean, there's a maximum of, I think, 2 negative 15s and a 5, if I recall. I mean,
yeah. Winchester.
Yeah. So I could take 35 points away, but that's a lot of work. That's got to get there and occupy it. That's presuming that I do drive you completely out of Maryland. I do completely retake Harper's Ferry and occupy it, and that I do completely occupy Boonesboro, which is right up here, of course, on the west side of South Mountain. And that's in all of the scenarios in this campaign, in this game, have been so critical, is getting across South Mountain. And that seems to be the Union rally point to push them out of Sharpsburg. So they're forcing me to do something about that. I'm not content to just get you out of Frederick, because and what really the most painful part of this for the Union is you can't just be content to get them west of the Monocacy, right? You got to get them all the way out. You got to drive them back to Virginia. That's what they want you to do. And to do that, I mean, they've made the strict penalty of that final Maryland County control phase, even if you were to, say, hold Sharpsburg or Hagerstown, That's 50 points at the very, very end. And that's, well, it's 50 points if you get Hagerstown, 25.
Jamestown, only
Right.
25. Only 25.
And
So now got
remember,
to get to
folks, the
115.
threshold for this is 115. And that's,
Yeah.
I mean, he's already at 40, right? You're already at, well, at least because you've got some manpower losses in your favor. So let's pull up the VP track. Yeah, I mean, you're at 41 just on stuff you've positively earned that cannot be taken away, and you've got manpower losses already in your favor. So you're trucking, and that's why it's starting to get a little. I'm getting prickles on the back of my neck, like I don't know if I could do this. Not with the time left afforded me, but we shall see. Uh,
Yeah, we shall see.
how badly do I want to
Uh,
take it to you, right? Uh,
yeah. And the first init on this first turn might be real
Yes, it
important.
will. Yes, it will. Let's move over to our corrections phase, and thank you again to both John Sleeper and Holger who pointed this out. And John, your comments are wonderful in that it's somewhat cryptic, but we know what you mean with question. Yes. So let's talk about Hood. I'll let you discuss Hood here.
Yeah, this is one of those things where you have railroad destruction, damage stations, and that you can do as long as you have fatigues. And then there's destroying, which I don't know if I've ever tried to do this. Destroy a bridge or an aqueduct in this case, and you get one. Each unit gets one bite at the apple, and I took two with Hood. And we conferred off screen, off camera, and agreed that the destroyed bridge marker and 4 points are going to come off.
The rumors of its destruction were premature, as it turned
Yes,
out.
Hood got. He said, "Yeah, I destroyed it, General, and I'll come up and help you." And Union engineers have reviewed the structure and said,
No,
"Oh, it's
no,
fine."
it's you get it something across there. So
So that's 4 points that come
okay, so
off.
you are at 41, so I'm going to bring you down to 37 positive points, and that is now official. So hey, it's all working out now. All right. So and the what was the? I don't think there was anything of substance. That some.
Well, I think the fairly significant substance. I don't know how we both missed this
Oh,
because
as far as my
it was
marching,
quite.
that yeah.
Yes, you're marching. I think that's pretty critical because I think we would have been in the current situation we're looking at least 2 days, if not 3 days sooner.
Right. I just
And
don't know
and
how we can fix that. So I'm not
yeah,
even too concerned about it. I'm just going to look at it as it's more of a challenge at this point because who's to say that I wouldn't roll ones on movement anyway?
well, you've been on fire with your movement,
Right.
and what we're talking about. I don't know if we've been clear. As soon as I moved infantry into Frederick East, that should have released for movement on paralysis. All your units could have moved, and we missed that. And obviously, what they're wanting the Confederates to do is there. You cannot just. I don't think you can win if you just sit back
Right. You can't
on
just eat.
the West Democracy. You've got to move. You've got to at least move east into Frederick East and get the double points. And my suggestion, which Patrick graciously declined, was to take some of my Frederick East points and convert them to Frederick West points, which would have been instead of getting 4 per turn, I only got 2.
Well,
But you declined
I
that.
did.
And
But in my defense, and coming from an IT background, as does Roger, and you actually have manual writing experience, I would like to point out that when scanning this list of counties, they are neither in particular geographic order, nor are they in alphabetic order. So I just blundered through and I was like, oh, Montgomery, all the big ones, and then I got all the way to District Columbia, and I completely skipped over Frederick East in my brain, in my eyesight, because I didn't read fast enough.
I did the same thing, I guess.
So
And
there's a note there for future publications to perhaps, make that one prominent because obviously that's going to be one that
it's most
yeah,
likely.
exactly. Exactly.
It's most likely to be in there. And yeah, that and it's also kind of oddly written. But anyway, that's fine. This will be so yeah. Me getting credit. I mean, again, I think you'd have been in my face a lot sooner. And then, of course, obviously, like I said, it's hard to say knows what would happen. Would you have rolled ones? I probably wouldn't have. Yeah, I probably would have kept my claws there instead of moving him. So it's hard to rewind the clock on this one.
Okay, well,
But we'll know better when we do it
that's
again,
true.
and
That's
for
true.
and
Well,
and hopefully people watching it will realize, okay, I got to keep that in mind for Union
yeah.
paralysis.
I was thinking, well, we could talk about the rematch later, but you and I have also been dickering around with the possibility of using the Fog of War rules, which maybe this is not the time to do it, but in the rematch, but maybe it is. I don't know. We could see.
Yeah, we can talk
Add
about
even
that
more
offline.
challenges.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have dickered around for 11 minutes here. So
Yeah.
let's get underway. Let's move through. So we have done at least up through the random events. Uh, we are now going to do the Pennsylvania militia phase to see if they show up. I do believe I get a uh, one to the roll because you have shown up somewhere
In Carroll
in
County,
Carroll
yes.
County, and you are not to be removed. So let me see. I'm trying to get it on a one or a two. So on one or a two, here is my roll, and sadly, just off, just slightly missed out again. All right.
Yeah.
Nope.
And just a reminder for people who might not have, well, random event this time was the union commitment. So you picked up another commitment.
Let's see. We've got reinforcements. We have no reinforcements. Leader transfers. All right. So it's to me first. I think when I look things over, things are pretty good. I think McClellan's going to stay with Mansfield. Franklin's there. Sumner's there. Reno's there. And everybody else is at the head of their lines. So I am loath to move anybody. Let's see. Porter, yeah, Porter's going to be helpful for morale, so he's going to stay with him. So that's no change for me.
Okay, I guess let's see. He's out. Yeah, I'll move Jackson back to Lawton. And that's it for me. Everybody else is basically where they can
And thank
hopefully do the most good.
and thank you for the suggestion of having sort of a bird's eye view. I try to zoom out just to kind of catch as much as possible. I know it's difficult to see at the 1080p level that I have recorded this, but once we get underway, I'm going to zoom back in a little bit just so it's tighter on the map and you can kind of see what's going on immediately around the units. Are there any attachments?
I am going to attach sub 2
Yes, of course you.
to,
Right.
to DH Hill.
Okay.
So he gets another, he goes to 13 and he picks up another artillery. So I can't do the other sub. I was going to check that. Anderson cannot join with sub 3 because he's already 14.
That's right. Yeah.
So sub 3 has to stay there. Plus, it's probably a good idea because I think if he would have joined as out of supply,
Yeah, exactly. He would have. Yeah. Got to feed all those hungry mouths.
Yep. Okay, doke. Yep, that's it for me on
All
that.
right. Then we have no supply stuff this turn, so we go on to the action cycle. I will allow you, since I have a feeling that I know how the die roll is going to go anyway. I'm going to let you do the honors of rolling our first init.
Oh, okay.
And as
Okay.
always, good luck.
And good luck to you as well. So here's first initiative. And it's yours.
What? I was so unprepared. I had the coffee up to my mouth. Well, then, let's see here. What mischief can we cause today? All right, we're going to activate the 12th Corps. Mansfield will get them moving here. We'll see how far. How far do they go? Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Now we got problems.
The fates are telling me to do something here. So, I think what we're going to do then is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative. It's yours.
Yeah, Longstreet's going to activate Dr. Jones for movement. He gets a fatigue. Here's his roll. Well, he gets the big 8. So does that change what I want to do?
It always changes what you want to do. It's dice.
So Williams is a 10, but that's attacking across a creek. Green's going the wrong way, but I'd have no lead bonus because I'm attacking on the march. So +2 tactical. That's all that would be, a +2 tactical.
And there might be a minus on artillery too for green.
Yeah. So we're just going to do as we discussed. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7. Okay, I was
7
leaving my
with
Zoc.
the additional Zoc. And so that leaves me with 1 MP, and I need a lot more than that to go to Mount Carmel. So we'll do initiative. It's mine again. So we will activate DR Jones and Anderson and the sub. Anderson will lead and extend march. Here's their movement. They can go 4 hexes. And the first guy to move, we'll take sub 3 first. No extended march needed. He can go 4 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anderson's extend march. He flips. This is going to be this kind of a day, I think. 1, 3, 4. And these guys are just going to be able to do 1 hex move to there. Initiative. Mine again. Well, maybe I'll get out of this mess without too much manpower losses here. Okay, we'll take all 3 of these guys. We'll pick up a fatigue. Anderson sub. So Anderson will need extend march, as will DR Jones. Here's their movement. 4 again. Sub is out of supply, but that doesn't. He just would get a +1 on extend march, which he's not doing. So he's going to be able to go 1, 2. He'll stop there. Here's Anderson's extend march +1.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to Frederick Junction. And now DR Jones's extend march. He does not. It's just going to be normal, no additional modifiers. He's going to be okay. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Okay, initiative. Mine again. If I'd gotten that first unit, I wouldn't be in this mess probably. Activate Hood with Longstreet. Here's his movement. Go 6, 2, 3. Guess I'll leave him there to cover both. Boy, I guess this is something I'd like to hear somebody comment on. Should I block a ford or leave him there to cause you to stop once you cross a ford?
I know the answer that I would give.
Okay, I'm going to stop him there. So what would you have done? Would you have taken him all the way to Buckystown?
I think you did the exact right thing. If you can block 2 Zocs, that's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, if I had another unit, because I'm going to need Stuart to hold. Well, I don't know. In it, that one's yours.
Oh boy! Hooray! Okay.
Well, I gotta
Let's
get out of that mess.
let's get old Bull Sumner going here. Actually, let's move French first. See if we can get him up the pike here. Here's his movement straight up. 2, 1, 2. Initiative. Mine again. French again.
Oh, he doesn't have Sumner's way up
No,
there. Okay, I
yeah,
see.
he's way up there. I probably should have moved him. That would have been smart, but I didn't. All right, French again. Oh, without marching orders, I tell you. Initiative, it's yours.
Okay. Take Walker to fatigue 1. There's his movement. He can go 2 hexes. Oh, that changes what I was going to do with him. I'm going to go 1, 2 to there. Unit, yours.
Okay. Then we will have Sumner activate the rest of the second corps. Here's their movement +1, 4. They will go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Initiative, yours.
Well, we'll take J.R. Jones first. Take him to fatigue 1. Here's his movement. 1 die plus 1. He can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Still out of range. Initiative. Mine. He'll take Jar Jones fatigue 2. He'll need an extend march. Here's his movement. Go 5. Extend march. He's okay. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. Yours.
I'll have Sumner activate Sedgwick and Richardson again. Here's the movement plus 1. Ooh, 7. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And making sure that the monocracy is fordable. It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Initiative. Mine again. Let's press them a little harder. So both of those units again to fatigue 3. Here's their movement. Another 7. Wow. Alright, so Richardson will go first. Here's extended march plus 1. He flips. And he's going to go 1, 2. And he's going to drop off a 3 manpower sub there. So I'll pick that up here at the end. And the remainder will go 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Now, Sedgwick, extended march. He's okay. He's going to go... He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay. Jackson will activate Lawton. Take him to fatigue 1. 1 die plus 2. He goes 6 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to Dublin Fields Depot. Initiative. Yours.
Reno will activate the 9th Corps. Here's their movement plus 1. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Initiative. Mine again. Couch will activate. Here's his movement straight up. 2. 1, 2. New market. Initiative. Yours.
Jackson will activate Lawton and AP Hill. Here's their movement. 4. He'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Initiative. It's yours.
We're going to activate Hooker and the 1st Corps. Here's their march, plus 1. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Battle Cat says hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's like, "You're marching hooker? What? That's crazy." Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Alright, initiative. Might again. There's a little exasperated Roger grunt that I live for when I get the next initiative. It's like,
It doesn't really matter, I think, at this point. It's just
it's like, oh, yes.
between the movement. Jackson apparently is sleepy.
That's true. That's true. All right, here's fatigue level 2, marching +1. Another good one. Boy, howdy.
Yeah.
The rumors of the slowness. I'm not even going to say it. All right, which way to go? We'll go up the pike just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hatch follows behind. Meade follows behind. Initiative. Mine again. We'll get Sykes marching. Actually, no. Let's get Porter and Morale moving. Here's their movement. +1. 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Initiative. Yours.
Okay. Around the corner here. Jackson's going to activate AP Hill, Fatigue 2, DH Hill, and he can also activate Sub 1.
Hills Brothers Coffee.
So we'll get everybody in. We will leave Lawton where he is. So here's their movement. There we go. 7, finally. Something useful. Jackson will transfer to DH Hill. DH Hill will go first. One, 2, 3, 4. Which way to go? 5, 6, 7. AP Hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sub 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative. Yours.
I'll have Porter activate again. Morale to 2. Here's movement. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to there. Initiative. Mine again. Let's activate both Sykes and Morale now. Sykes and Morale will need an extend march. Here's movement +1. 6. Morale's extend +1. He's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then Sykes will be 1 back. Initiative. Mine again. Man, 6 is alive. Oops.
Did Sykes be at Fatigue 2? Or if he
That was his first movement.
activated?
That was, yeah. I was waiting until Porter got up there.
Yep. Okay.
The question is, do I want to do anything with him at the moment? I think no. Alright. I'm going to have Franklin activate Smith to 1. Here's movement +1. Wowzers. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to there. Initiative. Yours. Stare down at the monocracy.
I want to push these guys more. Take DHL fatigue 2 with Jackson, so he gets +2. He's really spread his corps all over the map here. Here's his movement. He can go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative. It's yours.
Okay. Take Smith to 2. Here's the movement +1. 7. He's going to go 1, 4. Put up a flanks refused. Initiative, yours.
Now I'm going to take AP Hill Fatigue 3. You'll need extend march. 1 die +1. He's going 3, extend. He's okay. 1, 2, 3 to there. Initiative. Mine again. Stewart will activate Hampton Fatigue 1. There's their movement. 10 hexes. Just do this then. 1, 2, 3. Initiative. Mine again.
Protect the hardtack.
Yeah, and control the county. I thought Smith was a 12, but he's 13, so it's so he couldn't get the flank. It's too small, so it's just as well for him to do that. We'll take sub 1 fatigue 2. No extend march needed. Now I get a 6 for movement. He's just going to go 1, 2 to Harper's Ferry. Initiative. Mine again. Take Mumford fatigue 1. Here's his movement. You can go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initiative. Yours.
I do believe I will load Slocum onto a train. Give him fatigue level 1, and he will move by rail up to Ellicott Mills. Choo-choo. Speedy delivery. Alright, initiative. Mine again. Let's get 6 Pennsylvania moving. Here's their movement. +0 cavalry. 8 though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Initiative. Mine again. Have them move second time. 4. 1, 2. They'll just come relieve Rockville. Initiative. Mine again. Wow. First Rhode Island will move. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Initiative. Still mine. I will have Mansfield activate green. Here's the movement +1. 3. He and McClellan will transfer to green, and they'll go 1, 2, and 3 to Urbana. Initiative. Yours.
What causes the units in Baltimore to be released? Is it me moving into the county? So if it's the county, say that. I think I will not do what I was thinking about if it was adjacent or something like
Right.
that.
That is we will put that out there. We can't seem to find it here in the scenario information, so if you are familiar with this, all of the uncommittable, the not released. So, for example, like Emory down here, and then we've got some of the others that are just monitoring these stations. 138th PA. They don't have a release group for the Union commitment. So, what is the trigger? Is it 8 hexes or is it the county for them, or are when they get attacked? So, if you know, put that down there in the comments, and we'll
Yeah,
address it next week.
It's got, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I will probably do the more prudent thing.
Are you saying that
Activate.
they have given McClaws pause? Sorry.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yes. Specifically, Emory and Kenley. They're pretty good
They're
sized
stout, yeah.
units. I mean, so they're. And you move Ninth Corps, so I don't want to get between a rock and a hard place, shall we say. So we'll activate McClaw's fatigue 1. He'll get a 1 die +1 movement. And he gets a 7. Way to go, McClaws. So it's the best path back for him. Probably the way he came. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Initiative. It's mine. Take him to fatigue 2. Here's his movement. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To Glade Church. Initiative. Yours.
I do believe I'm going to pass.
So I'm taking the Claws, fatigue 3, try to get him across Monocacy, hopefully. And McClaws isn't going to get across the Monocacy. Here's his extend march. He's okay, but he can only go 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. Dang it. Dang. Net. Mine. Let's get F. Lee out of Carroll County so he doesn't trigger the Pennsylvania militia. Let's see. He can go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. So you. I think the Pennsylvania militia trigger extra +1 goes away.
It does go away, yeah.
Okay. That's a 15 manpower unit to come in. Hagerstown, that could be trouble. Unit, yours if you'd like it.
Let me see here. I think I'll pass.
Okay. We'll take Fitz lead of T2. 2 dice +1. There we go. We're 11, 12.
He's gonna pass right by McClaws. Like, what's taking you so long?
He is. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Might as well take you down to Stewart. 12. He's across Monocacy. Unit, yours.
I will continue to pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna take McClaw's fatigue 4 because I know it's gonna rain tomorrow.
You know that. Yeah. Probably not wrong.
A 1. At least he gets across. And he flips. Dang it, man. That couldn't have gone. That could have gone the other way. That would have been nice. So let's see. You're not actually threatening to go that at this point. The old Jug Bridge. I guess was up there. I guess I could have waited to try to cross the Jug Bridge if it was raining. I didn't scroll up far enough. Yeah, 1, 2 to Harmony Grove. I want to hold on to those forts. Yeah, you're committed to crossing to the south, so bring him down. Enid, yours again if you'd like it.
I'll pass again.
Okay. Okay, I just saw something that I did last time, which may have been an error. I moved Funk up. Probably should have dropped off a sub Funk. So I'm going to take Funk fatigue 1. He's going to march back to where he came. Go 3. Initiative. I assume you
Yeah,
pass.
keep going.
T2, 04, 4, knit, assume
Yep.
pass. Uh,
Does he have the funk?
He'll give him another fatigue. It's just movement. He gets a 6. I've been helpful earlier. Extend march. He's okay. He's just going to go 1, 2, 3 to there to Winchester. Okay, knit. Assume
Go ahead.
pass. J.R. Jones is going to. We are many turns away from supply, so he is going to destroy the Martinsburg Depot.
All right, that is worth 5 points too. All right.
Oh, only 5?
Only
Okay.
5. So I will give you 5 positive points, which will make up for the CNO, essentially. So that's going to take you to 42, the ultimate answer.
Because there's not a railroad station there, so.
Just burnt, yeah.
Knit. Yours, I assume, pass.
I'll take it.
Okay.
What the hell? I'll march white. He'll get back in the fray. So here's movement 3. Let's see. Let's go up the valley. 1, 2, 3. In it. Yours.
Let me see. Mumford, fatigue 2. 2 dice plus 1. 4. 1,
He
2,
says,
3,
I like
4.
Washington County.
Apparently, Knit. Yours.
We'll take white to 2. Come on, Shenandoah boys. You know the paths. No, you don't. All right, there you go.
I'm not crossing that river.
And it's yours.
Okay. Mumford went to fatigue 2. I believe I'm gonna pass.
And I will pass as well to end a
Okay.
very active day for us. So I'm going to hit, well, let's see. Let's make sure we're doing steps right.
I think I gotta do foraging,
Foraging
right?
first, yep.
Okay, so I think I only have 2 units out of supply. Sub 1 is one of them, so he's at fatigue 2, so he can roll. He's in Jefferson County, so it's -2 because he's at fatigue 2, so he needs 3 or less.
He gets it.
He gets his 3, so he's in supply. And the other guy that's out of supply
Walker.
was Walker. He is in Frederick West County. He has a 4 with an asterisk. He gets a +1 to his die roll. And yeah, so he continues out of supply.
The threats are looming, so the foraging parties are kept close to camp.
Yeah, it's not very good country there. It's rolling,
Yeah.
got mountains everywhere, so that makes sense. Fail his forage roll.
All right, so I'm going to hit the recover button, and we recover. We're going to Maryland County control phase. So what do you have now? You've got Frederick West, right?
Frederick West
All right.
now, yeah.
Which is 2 points.
That's worth 2, yeah.
So giving you 2 points for Frederick West. And we will now do our turn indication phase. On to turn 12, September 15th. We've got to do our random event. Well, let's see. You rolled the first knit on the last one, so I'll let you roll the random event on this one.
Okay, here we go. 2 dice.
Okay,
6.
so it now switches from Union command paralysis to commitment.
More commitments. Yep.
Hooray! All right. So who do we unlock this time? We're going to unlock Humphreys and the 1st Maine Cavalry. So they're down here in DC somewhere. So there is Humphreys. We will open him up, and so 1st Maine is now good. All right. So we can do that. And no Harper's Ferry. Pennsylvania Militia. Well, now I just got to get it on a 1. Let's see if I can roll a 1. Can I roll a 1? I roll a 1!
Oh, there you go.
Alright, so
See,
let's
what does that mean?
revisit this for folks at home. So the Pennsylvania Militia has been alerted, placed on the map anywhere on the north map edge within 8 hexes of Hagerstown, not in a Confederate occupied hex. And I may elect to delay the arrival and place it as in any future phase. Okay. So what's special about them is they cannot extend march and they cannot force march. So they get basically 2 marches each turn. And then I have to do every time I do a normal march, then I consult the extended march table to see if it suffers any penalty. It will suffer stuff just because they are not used to drill. They're local yokels. And they
Okay.
cannot participate in core activation, core assaults, or grand assaults. Their job, basically, is to hold on to Hagerstown, it would seem like. So I'm going to bring them on here. So they're going to go 2501. Okay. Well, then that is done. I'm going to move Mansfield up to Williams. Let's see, it's so active in the back and forth toggling. So Mansfield go to up to Williams. Where to put McClellan? Where is he best usable?
Oh, I did miss a supply unit. Sub 3 was out of supply. Oh well.
You can go ahead and do him now if you want. That's easy.
Okay, he's in Frederick West. He was at T2. Yep, so he's still out of supplies.
Okay. I think I'll leave McClellan where he is for the moment. And everybody else is... no. Let's move... How far can I move Porter back? 2, 4... Not enough to help that. Okay. So, that's it for me.
Okay, I'll move Lee and Longstreet down to Anderson. I'll leave Jackson where he is. Obviously, Stewart where he is. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay. Well, you did the init, or the
Random,
random
so
events, so I'll do the
you
init.
get the init.
Alright, let's see. Don't have anything else? Nope. Okay, so here's our action cycle. First init, it's you.
Okay. Stewart will activate Lee and Hampton both. There's their movement. 8 hexes. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Initiative? Yours.
We'll activate Smith to 1 with Franklin. Here's a movement, +1. 7.
Man.
That was so gratifying. What would Stewart like to do?
They'll stand.
Of course they will. I know you, Roger. You're going to stand. Okay. Is it worth getting into a scrape?
You have a creek there.
Do have a creek. So I would have 2 to 1. So it'd be 1 for prepared, 1 for 2 to 1, then -1 for the creek, and then I'm sure you've got some artillery there. You do in the clear, so it would not be a worthwhile attack. So we will go 4 to there. And 5 to there. Initiative. Yours.
Well, on the off chance that we roll double ones. Fitzley, T2, Stewart. He's just going to ride back up to Frederick. So I keep control of the county. Initiative. Mine. Take Walker to Fatigue. 1. Here's his movement. Go 5 hexes. He's going to go 1, 2, 4 to there. Initiative. Yours.
I will have Sumner activate Sedgwick and Richardson. Here's their movement, +1. 6. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative, yours.
Take Lawton fatigue 1. Here's his movement. Go 5 hexes. He's just going to go 1, 2, 3. Harper's Ferry. Initiative. Mine again. Take AP Hill fatigue 1. And go 6 hexes. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Initiative. Mine again. Take J.R. Jones fatigue 1. It's his movement. He's going to go 1, 2 to that station. Initiative. Yours.
Sumner will activate both of them again. Here's their movement. +1. Right. So it's going to transfer to Richardson. Richardson will go first. Here's the movement, or here's the extended march. +1. He flips. Oh, he already flipped, so he loses a manpower. So they go 1, 2 to Leavittsville. Sedgwick's extend +1. He's okay. 1, 2. Initiative. Mine again. We'll have Hooker activate. First Corps. Movement +1. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hatch behind. Meade behind. Initiative. Mine again. Hooker go again. Here's the movement. +1. 6.
Man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hatch behind. Meade behind. Initiative. Mine again. Couch will march and drop a sub behind. So I'm going to leave a 3 manpower sub. Here's their movement straight up. 5. So let's take the sub first. He's going to stay there, and I will leave 1 artillery piece there. And artillery decrease. No, yeah, that's the bug right there. It's the decrease. Artillery is messed up. There we go. All right, and that was 1. He had a total of 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, initiative. Still mine. I'm going to have Slocum ride the rails. And he will come all the way up to Waterville.
All the way.
Yeah, he can go right to there.
Yep, all the way right to this damaged railroad station.
Okay. Initiative. He will go to fatigue level 2. And march. Movement. 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Initiative. Yours.
J.R. Jones will go to fatigue 2. And he's going to damage or destroy the railway station.
Yep. There you go. There's your point.
Oh, dropped it. There. Boom. Okay. A knit. Yours.
Okay. I will have French march. And he gets a 1.
Finally.
Yeah.
Got the slows here.
It does. So he will go to there. We'll just go 1 hex over. Init. Yours.
Okay. Jackson will activate both hill divisions, AP and DH. So AP hill will need an extend march. Here's their movement. Those 7 hexes. Here's AP hill will go first. Here's his extend die roll. Oh man. The movement there was 7. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Initiative, mine. So Jackson is going to attempt an assault on Franklin. DHL goes to Teague. 1. There's his attempt roll. Comes off. So this is going to be a type of +1. Tactical of +1. Jackson bonus of +1. I don't believe I have a flank.
You have a final of +1. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this one will come off.
Okay, yeah. Flank is +1. And you have 3 artillery pieces, my 4. So that's going to be a -1 for artillery. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 up and 1 down for final of a +3.
+3, okay.
Not the best attack I'd like to see, but let's try it. Here's the attack roll. 2, so it's 5. Not the best roll.
Here's the defense roll. 2, so +3.
Okay.
Alright, combat +3. What do I have there? I got 13.
We're both at 13.
13 to 13, so was it 1 and 1? It is 1 and 1.
Yep, each lose manpower. I pick up a fatigue, 2 fatigues. It's a big fatigue for me.
So let's do that first. So it's actually, 2 and 2. All right, so Army of Potomac goes 1. Army of Virginia goes 1. And then lose manpower. Flips. 3 fatigues. Oh, retreat path. Gotta go that way. 1. I do have a route, so there's no manpower loss. And second one is out of there. And I think I'll stay right there and protect that forward.
I'll move him into that hex. I like the road network going back to Adamstown. If AP hadn't flipped, I would have tried to move him one more time to get him into 41.
I figured to get that big old flank, yeah.
But that disorganized was just... if the attack had gone badly, then he'd have been hanging out there for Hooker to come in and smack him badly. Anyway, okay, there we go. Double 1s, possible end of turn. Pick 1 or 2 ends the turn.
It does.
Nope. It's 4, so it continues, but I win the init. I'll take Mumford to fatigue 1. There's just movement. You can go 8 hexes. So you're 15 to 2, but you don't have any leadership and you don't have any artillery.
I like those odds.
But you'd have to roll well. We're just going to do a minimum with Burnsboro. Init. Yours. I really want to mine at the turn ending. You know that?
I had a feeling, yeah.
I was really hoping. I mean, my ability to roll 1, I'm pretty confident here.
I'm going to take Sumner. I'm going to take Richardson and Sedgwick to 3. I don't like to do this, but I think an opportunity has presented itself. So here's their movement to +1. And that opportunity is going south quickly. Alright, Richardson extend now of +2. 8, and he's got a manpower of 9. Let's see. Movement. So 8, and he's got 6 to 9. So he's going to lose 2 manpower. Cedric, +2 on extend. He's okay. He will go 2 to Leavittsville. Initiative. It's mine again. I will have Reno activate the 9th Corps. All in range. Here's their movement +1. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Initiative. Mine again. We'll take the 9th Corps again. Movement +1. There we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2. Initiative. Possible end of turn. Here's the roll. Turn ins.
Yes.
Boo! All right. I think this is probably a pretty good stopping point for us today, too. We're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I'll give some food for thought once we see our thing. But you got foraging to do, so I'll let you do that.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got Walker he is in Frederick West. And he has 1 fatigue, and so he needs a 4 or less, and he gets a +1. And so he stays out of supply. And then I have a sub. Where's that sub hanging out? DR. He's under DR Jones.
Oh, right.
So he's saying, oh, he does not. So just 1 through 4 for him. No modifier. And he is now in supply. Okay.
Those are the only two,
that's
right?
it for me. I think that's it. Yeah, now I'm down to just Walker.
All right, so recovering. We are recovered. And let's see, Maryland County Control. Another 2 points for you.
Yes.
Okay. You're now at 47 total positive permanent points. Lots of P's. Turn indication phase. So we move to September 16th. And we will just simply do our random event. So,
Okay.
who did the last one? You? Me? I don't remember. I think.
Let's see. I did the first.
You did the even one, right? So I'll do the odd one. So here is our random event for this turn.
It's 12. So that can't be good. Union command paralysis with an asterisk. Oh, so it's commitment again.
Yep, it's commitment again. So it's just a 3 PA. It's number 5. I'm guessing they're down here in DC somewhere. Oh, there they are. Okay. So they have been released. All right. Well, there's nothing new under the sun there. So let's move right into our session review. What would you like to talk about? I'm going to zoom the map out so people can kind of see the state of things where everybody is, but I'll let you take it first.
Well, obviously we had. I only recall 1 combat. Is that correct?
Just yours, Jackson.
Jackson fighting Franklin. Other than that, it was pretty much movement oriented. You have gotten some tremendous movement rolls. I debated whether to move AP Hill down to Berlin and block that ford. I chose not to. Maybe that was a mistake. But I've got all my guys on the west side of Monocacy. I opted not to move McLaws into the railroad north of Baltimore. Your move, the 9th Corps, kind of scared me off there. And I pulled him back to the rest of Longstreet's Corps. I don't know how long I can hold the line, and your militias come in. So Hagerstown is probably not going to be easy to get back. So it's an interesting scenario today. I think it could have gone better, but I'm not completely displeased, but a lot to worry about for next sessions. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, see, that's the wonderful thing. That's the wonderful duality about the Union movement when you're not counting on it. And it's just like, oh, we got open field marching. Well, then they'll roll sixes. Then when you need them to be clutch, to really grab a point or to cut something off, one, two, and
Oh,
that's a perfect example is Sumner in the Second Corps. It's like the whole way up there. It's like, oh, we've got all these roads. Let's just move, move, move. And then as soon as I got them back across the Potomac into Loudoun County, I just needed because you mentioned it there. When AP Hill moved out, if I rolled big, then I was going to go to the southwest. If I rolled small, I was going to go up and see how you'd react. See, it's all about how you react to see about the Berlin Ford. And then you moved AP Hill away, and I said, well, I have to take advantage of that. So Sumner's going into Maryland up there,
yeah,
and
I've
I
heard.
rolled a
Yeah.
one again. and I failed my extended march roll. So we lost some manpower and stragglers saying, we like Virginia. I got cousins here. We'll have to see how that plays out. There is an opportunity there, especially with Hooker getting where he did. I debated doing exactly what you said was do I make AP Hill pay for that by coming up to block here,
Hmm.
but it's really tight with Walker here and everything, and so I think the first core is better used in some other way, but in some ways it's good because I got them to fatigue level 2. I didn't want to pressure them, and then the turn ended before I could make a final decision either way. I had hoped to just kind of do some things here with Mansfield and McClellan and perhaps bring the fifth core up a little farther, but that was not to be because time moved on. So that's fine. But yeah, this is last week we only had one combat. This week we only had one combat. I like that. I mean, it is a maneuver heavy game. It's check and mate. We're trying to get pieces into play to maximize potential. And anytime I can do that and put something in a place where you're going to go, "Ooh, what's he going to do next?" If
Hmm. Yeah.
then I'm succeeding in what I'm attempting to do. And moving the ninth core up, that's exactly it. I got you to react. I said, "How committed are you to Baltimore?" And as it turns out, McClaw's not too committed to it.
I think the answer is 8 hexes. I believe to what would have happened in
I think
Baltimore.
that makes sense. Yeah, it's
I think it's
consistent.
kind of buried in the Union movement restrictions.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a little confusing because they don't specifically. It kind of call. I don't think they specifically call out the ones that aren't in the commitment track.
I agree. I think it's either assumed that they're not on the commitment track, but they are locked, or the other possibility is that Alberto was just overzealous when he created those and he put those markers on there. Don't know. Because
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
yeah. All
Let's
right,
see.
okay. All right. So that's a possibility too, because they're not marked as not committed in the setup, unless that's a carryover from something else. But that's also a possibility. So we will do some digging and ask some questions, and if we need a correction to the module, well then we get a playtester credit for.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll take a look at that.
yeah,
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, this is very different. I can see, for people who are only playing the small scenario, the non-campaign scenarios. This is a very different game. I enjoy the small scenarios. Not saying they're bad or they're regular scenarios, but this advanced scenario really gets you. You have to really think and have a plan, which I really don't have. Uh, and
that
I
may,
think you have to have a plan to how to do this. And I'm kind of holding on by my toenails right now. I think
it.
I'm.
I will agree with that summation. It just reminded me when Sala says to Indy, how are you going to catch that truck? I don't know. I'm making this up as I go. That's exactly what I do in a lot of these, and to my own peril. That's why my win loss ratio is it's low, but that's cool. But on this one, yes, I will agree with that. But in the big scheme of things, when we look at the historiosity of this, what's happening? There was a point where they weren't necessarily making a stand at Frederick. I mean, you're certainly you've got a line established here. I often do this in the couple times I've played this before. I love when I can the line must have drawn here, at Monocacy, and the longer you can hold that out, good. But yes, this wrinkle down here, I've added the wrinkle of, okay, we got a big sweeping flank on the southern side.
Yeah.
So what does that mean for you? How long can you hold out before you naturally, historically, start pulling back west of the Catoctin and the South Mountains? And
Hmm.
where's the big conflict going to be? That's the question in every single one of these campaign games is, where does everything coalesce? I thought maybe this was the opening salvo down here when Jackson went after Franklin. I said, "Oh, okay, we're fighting the Battle of Bennett Creek, but it could be anything. You just never know." That's what makes these campaign games so incredibly fun and educational because it is based on the needs and the marching, right? If you don't get the marching, then you're not going to get to fight where you want to at the area of your choosing. So once again, let's plug this. You should play these campaign games, folks. The ones out there are nodding their head like, yes, we know, Patrick, but there are some people who have only delved into like the first few scenarios in each of these books. They punch it, they clip it, yes, I said clip it because the clipping is next to godliness. But they get out there, they put it on the table, and they wrap their head around it, and then they just kind of put it aside. But the real shining moment of this, as Roger pointed out, is these questions that come up. How long, when, where, why, all those good
Hmm.
things. So I love it too. That was a long way of saying, yes, Roger, you are correct.
But you said it much better than I said it, so there's that.
Whatever. Well, then we will leave it here for you today, folks. We thank you for watching as always. Tune in next week for our next exciting session. We'll get a couple more turns, I'm sure. Take a moment to please click that like and subscribe button because that tells the algorithm here at YouTube that you like the stuff and maybe occasionally they'll promote it to other people. But speaking of promotion, if you see this out on social media, that would be a huge favor to us if you could repost it, retweet it, share it with your friends, whatever. If you've got someone who's interested in the American Civil War and maybe just getting into wargaming, well, this is a great system to get into. So we would appreciate that. I'm showing you our current supporters right now who've kicked in a few bucks here and there. That could be Confederate script. We don't know. But we really appreciate that as always. Roger, any final thoughts before we go for the day?
No, I think I think we both summed it up pretty well. So I'm looking forward to next week and great gaming in today.
Yeah.
Very, very fun.
Yes, sir. I love the Roger grunt. Ah. That
Yeah, I
means
had
I'm
a few
doing
of those
something
today.
right.
I had a few of those today.
Well, you have a great week, and I look forward to
You
next week,
too.
sir.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.